So something I learned is desire is largely irrelevant. Like, people will say all the time that what they want, and almost always what they want and what they have are different. They're different things. And the question is why? Why is that? And for the people who believe that desire is relevant, most of them will give excuses that have nothing to do with that. Right? Like, oh, well, the world is such that I can't do X, Y, and Z, and yada, 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 and whatever. And normally that's, in my opinion, that's not really why. It's just that they are not consistent enough to get to the thing they want to get to. And I'm going to give you an example that made me think of this. Most of you all, I think, should be making content, right? Content of some sort. And I realized just how big of a market there is for content that most of you all agree with. I'll give you an example. I made a video a couple months ago about how I think most people don't dislike capitalism. They really just don't like the work. Y'all don't like to work. Like, that's what it is. And this ties into the desire thing. A lot of you all will say, well, we don't think we should have to work more than 40 hours a week, and we shouldn't have to spend time away from our families, and the world shouldn't be this, and this. Okay. If you all believe that, and when I talked about that, I said that that's not really true. I think y'all just don't want to have to work. And so many people in the comments were saying, well, it's not that we don't want to work. I'm not a stranger to work. I just don't think I should have to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, all right, cool. There was, most of my comments in that video were people saying I was wrong about that, okay? Now, if I'm one of y'all, and I see the comments are full of people who think like y'all, my thought would be, oh, people agree with this opinion. I should make content on this. But you all don't really do that. And it's very confusing to me, because again, you all will say you don't want to be in a position where you're in poverty, but you don't want to take the time to make a video saying that exact thing, but you'll take the time to comment on my video and say that. Doesn't quite add up. But, of course, why would I expect consistency from people who aren't even willing to put their own financial life first? But that's the point. People who talk like that in that video say that they desire a different life than the one where they have to struggle. But the things that they would have to do in order to get there, which again, take just as much time as them writing paragraphs in my comments, they won't do. And it's so strange to me, because the formula for y'all is just so simple. Like, people already agree with you. You gotta understand, I'm on here and I am knowingly putting out opinions that I know most people don't agree with. And I'm still on fucking YouTube. Like, you have to understand, I'm not a huge creator, but somehow someone who says stuff that I say that y'all think is crazy still got 1,000 subscribers. If I can say this and get 1,000, what do you all think y'all could do if you're saying things that most people agree with? Because again, most people say they don't like capitalism. Most people say eat the rich. Most people say all that crazy slogan bullshit that y'all say. They say all of it. So help me understand. You have your audience. They're out there. But you think the better option is to complain to me that I'm wrong. Do you see why I don't really take a lot of y'all seriously sometimes? Because you all will say a lot of things that you don't follow through on. That's why I don't really care about what you say you want. Because unless you're willing to go fight for it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And when I say fight, I mean just, are you willing to put in the work consistently? And I know that most of you aren't. That's why it kind of just rolls off my back when I hear people say things like, oh, you look at you, you're so privileged. And you're like, most of you all could not handle my life. Like, just let me just be very, very clear. And I'm not saying that you couldn't, like, be in my shoes and just do basic things. I know most of you work, but most of you all don't want my life. And I get that. I understand, because it's hard. It's hard to do the things that put you in a better position. But that's always been the case. That's why I always talk about behavior and like what you are doing, because that's what matters. You can talk to me all day long about where you want to be. I really don't care. The reason I don't care is because the world is full of and has had millions, billions of people who died with forgotten dreams. Desire means fuck all. It means nothing. And in my opinion, I would rather be somebody who fought, who tried to get where I wanted to be. And something that the guy from the Lawn and Life show, Micah Gibson, always says, I would rather die. Either I'm gonna die in the valley, or I'm gonna make it to the mountaintop. He says that shit all the time. And what he is saying, at least in my opinion, is I would rather die trying to get where I want to be than to not fucking try it all and bitch about how I'm not making it there. Now, he says it a lot more eloquently than I did, but the point is, for all of you all who think I'm the bullshitter, right? And I get why you think that, because I'm saying things that are extremely uncomfortable and are disagreeing with the version of life you have been led to believe is true. Fine. Then show me I'm wrong. Show me that you can succeed with your opinion, with your kind of opinion. Because the only people that I see who say things like capitalism is just this terrible system, like the only people I see who say things like that ever are people who are very, very broke, and I would understand why you would say that, and people who are exorbitantly rich, who have already used the system to get what they want, and now they have the luxury of saying whatever the hell they want to say. So, I don't know. You tell me. Show me that thinking the way you think, you can just group think your way to a more comfortable place. Show me. And there's an easy solution to this. Get on YouTube. Make the content that you want to see. I'm of the belief that you all are not consistent enough to follow through with that. Because, one, YouTube is hard. Consistent. And I think most of you all don't want to do things where you don't see immediate results. That's what I believe. So I don't believe you'll make the content that you want to see, because I don't think you actually care. I think you get more of a buzz crying about it than you do doing something that would help. But anyway, the point is, what you say you want only matters if you're going to go work for it every single fucking day. Every day. If you don't, you will be just like everyone else. You will die with lost and forgotten dreams, and nobody will care. Nobody. Not a single person. So you thinking that because you got some likes on a comment, that shit, it doesn't matter. Every single time y'all comment, I should be really clear. Really clear. I get on YouTube, I say what I think, and then immediately after I turn this camera off, I upload the video, I put a title on it, and then I go about my fucking day. Like, I don't think about it. I don't. Unless one of you all says something that makes me think of something else I want to say on the camera, then it doesn't impact the day-to-day. But you all spend time trying to curate trying to curate the ecosystem that you have built, that you think is right. You spend more time on the internet doing that than you do changing your life. And a way you can know that you spending more time in the online world, if your online version, if your online ecosystem looks better to you than your everyday life, your real ecosystem, you're spending too much time in the wrong place. The energy you have used to curate this echo chamber of yours where everyone thinks kind of like you, it's been wasted, because you still got to deal with all this out here. All these trees and shit, it's all out here for you. You still got to deal with this shit. So the least you can do when you see someone like me, right, and you don't agree, go make your money. because you think you're worth more, right? That's what y'all always tell me. You're worth more. So go get it. Go get it. And you don't have to be you don't even have to be a bad person to do it. You all can get on here and just and just cultivate the attention from the people who think like you already, because that's what y'all are all doing anyway. Y'all all online. You might as well make some money. Show me I'm wrong. Desire means nothing unless you're able to work for it. Show me I'm wrong.